This is gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be a tough one to record. The only team I did not want to win the Super Bowl this year, and they won. This is painful. This is painful as a Broncos fan to watch. This is very painful as a anyone whose team is in the AFC. This is just painful, painful to watch. But season's over. We on to the 2023-2024 season. This is going to be something no one in the AFC, let alone the Broncos, are going to be looking at. Our eyes are down the road. Chiefs had it easy this year, unfortunately. The beginning of the season, I didn't think they were going to even make the playoffs, to be honest with you. That was probably the worst take I think I've had all year. But, I underestimated them. It's something I'm never going to do again. Learn from my mistake. But yeah. Let me get out the way. Congratulations to the Chiefs. I'm man enough to say it. But congratulate it. Because it's not going to last that long. Because best believe teams in the AFC are suiting up. And you ain't going to get by us as easy as you once were. That's going to change. But let's just get right back into it. We're going to go over the Super Bowl and just a little update, just kind of on what I got planned. But, yeah. Let's go right off the bat. This game was on its way to being one of the most entertaining Super Bowls I've ever seen. This would have been a top, I think, 5 Super Bowl that I've ever watched if the unfortunate call never happened. Eagles came out the gate swinging. They looked confident. They looked ready to go. They looked just, prepared. Game plan ready, everything. Execution was on point. I thought they did amazing, to be honest. Amazing. Can't beat the Chiefs. Perfection does. Just like how it was with the Patriots like 4 or 5 years ago. If you're not perfect against them, you will lose. And this is the same situation. It's unfortunate how it keeps being an AFC team. Like, can it please someone just be an NFC team so the AFC can have a chance? NFC teams have it so easily. So easy because you just have to be good 1 year and you'll make it to the Super Bowl. AFC, you have to be consistently good, knock out the teams that are contenders in order to even have a chance at the Super Bowl. That's why you see the NFC team always different. The AFC team is always the same. But, not getting off track. Eagles came out flying, Get it? But Jalen Hurts looked amazing. He had a really great game. I think he was robbed of MVP, to be honest. Let alone the Super Bowl MVP. That really stings. But that one fumble, man. That one fumble and that one call, the holding call, that's what really changed this game. Eagles had full momentum before that fumble. It was such a bad play. I don't know. I still don't know why they were doing a quarterback draw there, or a read option, I mean. I thought they were going to do a passing play on that specific play. And when I saw the read option on that particular play, I already knew it wasn't going to be a positive play, but I didn't think it was going to be a negative play to that extent. And that was just a bad play call in that situation. It wasn't necessary, and just a freak accident. And, that's where the game kind of went downhill to me. Because, they would have scored on that drive and they might have put the Chiefs away, because the Chiefs would have had to be in the 2-minute clock type, fast pace. But, yeah. Eagles were up 24-14 at the end of the first half. And I thought, maybe they can hold on to this lead. They just got to stop the Chiefs. They're going to get the ball first. Chiefs get the ball first, like 9 or 10 plays, and they score. Pretty easily, take up almost the whole third quarter on that, one drive, like probably half the quarter. Eagles stalled, they couldn't really get in any position. They get the field goal, but, and the second half, they needed just something. Second half, they had no game plan. The defense forgot how to play against emotion. It was just very sloppy defense. D-line had zero pressure. Run lanes were wide open, probably 4 yards of, width. Just easy holes to find as a running back for the Chiefs, and it was just really bad. They kept putting up Travis Kelce against linebackers, with the little motions that they were doing. Eagles could not adjust. I know I said in my prediction video that the only two advantages that the Chiefs had was Mahomes and Andy Reid. That's still true. The running backs statistically are still better on the Eagles. Tight ends, I still have them equal. Dallas Goedert made some plays that Travis Kelce, I know for damn sure, was not going to make. Look at some of those catches that Dallas Goedert made. Those are difficult sideline catches. Travis Kelce, all of his catches were wide open. He had like one contested catch. All the other ones, he's wide open. So don't even tell me that Travis Kelce did better than Dallas Goedert this game. The O-line, for the Eagles, they were amazing this game. Absolutely amazing. In my opinion, personally. Chiefs offensive line, they obviously did amazing, but they did amazing because of how bad the defensive line played. The defensive line played horrible. They did not show up for the Eagles. I forgot what one of the dudes' name is. Something Joseph. He used to play for the Vikings. Him, Fletcher Cox, the rookie from Georgia State, non-existent. Ndamukong Suh, non-existent. Where were these running backs? Where were these defensive line at? No one was making plays. You know what I mean? They were like stopping some runs, but it's like, there was no pressure on Mahomes. Absolutely no pressure. They ran him out the pocket like maybe a handful of times. And when he did get out the pocket, he ended up getting positive yards. So that's another big reason why the Eagles lost this game, is because the defensive line just did not show up. Super unfortunate. Mahomes didn't play an amazing game. He did okay. If you want to say those 3 touchdowns were really good, go ahead. 2 completely wide open plays literally drawn up by Andy Reid where a third string quarterback could make that throw. If you want to give him MVP for that, go ahead. 21 for 27. Like I said, he had maybe 2 tough throws. 2 tough completions, I think, Patrick Mahomes had. He had some, his receivers were wide open countless times. In the first half, wide open receivers. Second half, the play was extended to where they were open, But Mahomes didn't do anything special this game. How everyone always says, oh, he's, a magician. He didn't do anything crazy this game. There was nothing that he could have done, those 3 touchdowns give him MVP. You know what I mean? In my opinion, if you're technically looking at this, you don't even give Patrick Mahomes MVP, but you almost have to. Jalen Hurts, I think, played a better game. He made tight throws, smart football, like I said, besides that one costly fumble. He was completing deep passes. He wasn't having to extend plays for 10 plus seconds and then find an open receiver. He was, getting the ball out quick, making smart reads, and honestly, he played an amazing game. You take out that fumble, they probably win that game. But, he was getting those quarterback sneaks. Is it a cheap play? I think so, honestly. That quarterback sneak play is very overpowered. It doesn't really fit the NFL. I don't like the rule where you can just have 4 people behind the quarterback pushing them forward. That it doesn't even feel like a quarterback sneak anymore. But hey, it works. Find a way to stop it. Isaiah Pacheco, I don't even know how to say his name properly. He did a pretty decent job this game. It's pretty easy when you're, running inside a gap that's probably 8 yards. It's not difficult to run through that, but, he still did pretty good. Eagles, it's like they were getting away from the run game. The run game was working somewhat, and then they just abandoned it, and then they just randomly run it again in a bad situation. It's like they were running it in times where they shouldn't have ran it, but when they run it when they should, it was actually doing pretty decent, which was probably 3 times. But yeah, Travis Kelce, not one of his catches was impressive. They were all wide open. Andy Reid just knows how to use the motions in the most amazing way to trick the low IQ linebackers, to make Travis Kelce look like a god. It is what it is, it's been proven, you put Travis Kelce against an actual defender, he's not going to get a catch. A.J. Brown was crazy this game, pretty non-existent though in the second half. But he had that long, deep touchdown that was pretty cool. Him and Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith didn't really show up in the second half either. Nobody did for the Eagles, but Devontae Smith, I was really disappointed. I feel like he should have had a bigger game. He still had a good game, but he should have had a bigger game. But, yeah. Jalen Hurts, I believe he had, what did he have? 3 touchdowns? Or something like that? Crazy. Rushing, But yeah, this was a close game, man. You go down to that fourth quarter hold. That penalty's not called. You get the Chiefs, I believe, with 1 timeout. And, about 1:48, you give the Eagles another timeout. They go score, win the game, go down there, kick a field goal, tie the game, send it to overtime. And instead you have a ref call the game, basically. Super unfortunate. Super, super unfortunate. Penalty should not have been called. There's been plenty of, like replays of the penalty. It's a very light hold on a ball that's being thrown away. If you want to throw a flag on that, to me, you're just an idiot. I hate how they're throwing penalties on a ball that's clearly being thrown away or, not in the field of play. I understand full-heartedly if you throw the flag if Mahomes throws it at the receiver. He's throwing it above the receiver 10 yards out of bounds to get rid of the ball to avoid a sack. He's not trying to make a football play. The receiver's not trying to go after the ball to make the catch. You don't throw a penalty there. You just don't. It's not affecting the play. It's not affecting anything in this particular situation because he's throwing the ball away. They need to change that rule because it's annoying, it's stupid, it makes no sense. Let alone if it's a rule that's stupid, they're going to throw it in a big game, in a big situation like the Super Bowl. So they need to fix that immediately. That is just beyond stupid. Take a look at the box stats here. Eagles had 18 third downs. They had the ball 11 more minutes than the Chiefs, and they still lost. Super frustrating. They had four more first downs. They had less rushing yards. They had double the passing yards almost. They had 77 more yards total. Chiefs had 2 sacks. No interceptions. Only 4 punts. That punt return for the Chiefs as well was... that was such a momentum shift. Horrible punt return coverage for the Eagles on that. That was really bad. You can't do that in the Super Bowl. It was a really, really bad return. I believe he got down to like the 3-yard line. Almost was the first player to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. That's just pathetic. There was 9 penalties thrown in this game combined. Of course, the Chiefs are only going to have 3. I believe the 3 that they had, one of them was on neutral. They didn't even have any like costly penalties, They had a neutral zone and offsides. And I don't even remember the other one, but yeah. They had a fumble? When did they have a fumble? When did the Chiefs fumble the ball? I don't remember the Chiefs fumbling the ball. But I believe the Eagles fumbled it on the first play, and then the Jalen Hurts fumble. But, yeah, you don't call that penalty. You get a minute 48, a timeout to go put the game away. It's frustrating how that, didn't... if that penalty was not thrown, that would have been a top 5 Super Bowl. Because the penalty's thrown... it doesn't even make it to the top 15 in my opinion. Super frustrating for Jalen Hurts. He deserved better. Defensive line, the defense, they just didn't help them out, this game. They did as much as they could in the first half. And, the defense was playing bad the whole game. But, this game was won by Andy Reid. He put up the perfect scheme, the perfect adjustments at halftime. What more can you say about Andy Reid at this point? He has made the Chiefs good. He makes them look good. And people still think that it's Mahomes, Kelsey, all these other players that are making the Chiefs good. It's literally none of them. None of them are making the Chiefs good. This is literally all Andy Reid. And it's amazing how people don't see that. If you really dive in, this entire team success at least the last 3 seasons has been because of Andy Reid. It's just facts. If you don't believe me, then, I mean, you're just a casual fan, unfortunately. Look at the tape. Look at the plays. Look at the schemes. Andy Reid makes the Chiefs go. It's just facts at this point. If you don't want to believe me, that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and try to make you believe me because, I'm just speaking the truth. But I can't wait. Chiefs went 14-3. 7 of the games that they won were by 1 score possession, I believe. That goes the other way, they don't even make the playoffs. When you have a division like the AFC West, where you have the teams like the Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, and their current status on the teams, we almost beat the Chiefs twice this year with practice squad players. In the first matchup, we had 0 starters at the second half of the fourth quarter on the offensive side of the ball. 0 starters. Crazy. Second time, we had half of the starters and we were winning, and then the refs just decided to you know what? The Chiefs will win this game. We get robbed by the refs on that one. They beat the Raiders easily twice, in my opinion. I mean, one game was close, but they pretty much beat them. They beat the Chargers once easily. Another game by the Chargers, they lost by the refs. That's a free 6 wins for the Chiefs, out of their 14. They almost lost to the Texans. They lost to the Colts. There's so many games where the Chiefs are not as good as people think they are. They are just barely good enough to win the game. They just know how to win the game. They know they're not the best. They just know how to win. And that's what other teams need to learn how to do against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are not the best team in the league. They're not the best team probably in the AFC. But they know how to find the way to win. And for all the people who are saying, oh, Patrick Mahomes played hurt and he's still better than your quarterback, blah, blah. First of all, I'm not even going to dive into this because I already know people are too stupid to understand. High ankle sprains take a long time to heal. If you have a normal ankle sprain, you'll be out maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. A high ankle sprain, if I had a level 2 high ankle sprain when I was playing basketball, my ankle didn't feel the same until about 3.5, 4 months later. Keep in mind, I wasn't rehabbing it every day. I wasn't getting pain injections, But if I was a professional athlete, I probably still would have been out at least a month. Oh, that's because you suck and Patrick Mahomes is a god. He didn't have a high ankle sprain. First of all, you can't put weight on high ankle sprains, let alone play football. So if you want to believe that Patrick Mahomes had a high ankle sprain, go ahead. He didn't have one. If anything, he had a roll, like an ankle roll. He may have had a level 1 normal ankle sprain. Maybe. If that. And they're calling it like the ankle game, which is like hilarious. But whatever, man. I'm done. I'm done just talking about the Chiefs. I just want to get ready for next season. I can't wait. I'm super excited. I have tons of excitement, and there's not even words to explain it. We have no excuses. The Broncos have 0 excuses to do good. We have a coach. We have a quarterback. We have our starters coming back. There's 0 excuse for us not to win a bunch of games next year. Only people that can beat us is ourselves. We have no reason to lose any games. We don't. It's going to be a long off season, having to see, all of this and this on social media. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But, we're just going to get through it because we're strong like that. It's going to be tough, though. Feel so bad for Jalen Hurts. He was robbed MVP, robbed of Super Bowl MVP. It's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. But nothing else to really say. But I would like to thank anyone who's stopped by, watched any of my videos for the season. I know I started a little bit late. I started like at week 6, week 5 or something like that. But I was consistent. I stayed, kept up every week. Hopefully I made it entertaining for some of y'all, But I can't wait for next season, Next season, I'm going to start at the very beginning. And it's going to be great. I can't wait. But yeah. Anyone who stopped by, like I said, I appreciate it. I mainly make these for me as receipts, I don't really make them for anyone specific, for any specific reason. I just kind of make it for my receipts, just to say like I did it. But hopefully it's entertaining somewhat for some of y'all, who don't really get to keep up or get to watch some of the games, due to work or just being busy and stuff like that. But hopefully it's entertaining. It was a fun season, and kind of sucks, I dedicated a couple days out of my week to getting all the info, getting everything ready for the video. But I'm going into the off season just like my team. Just going a little bit later. But yeah, I will make a video. Maybe. Like I said, maybe. I don't know. Depending on how I'm feeling about it. I may make a video after the draft. I don't really know. I got to see where I'm at. It's kind of not that important to me. I kind of like to get going when it officially gets going. It's a long build up. I don't want to have to make something that I don't need to make. But for sure, I'm going to be back after that preseason game, the last preseason game. I'm going to be back at it. Because at that point, I'm going to do the full team-by-team review and just kind of week 1 prediction, season prediction. But like I said, I'm going to start from the beginning, not at week 5 or week 6. But I can't wait. Cannot wait. It's going to be fun. I'm ready. I'm ready for next season already. But I do appreciate anyone who watched. And I will see y'all in late August, early September. We out.